Alright, I've been wanting to go out to this bird rack, the Bayport Channel Marker bird rack, which is also called Beacon Rock, and mount my camera on the bird rack and somehow, uh, you know, get underneath it and stand and do some filming. Um, Learned a few things while doing this and how to stabilize the camera a little bit better, because what I did was I mounted it in a piece of PVC pipe, clamped it to a board, and then screwed the board to the bird rack. But the PVC pipe was a little on the big side as far as the camera had some slop in it, which didn't make it easy. Now this is my GoPro footage, and what I did was these were two 10-minute time lapses, and I sped them up 3 times so it wouldn't last so long. But pay attention to how calm that water is up close to the shore, and then as I get further out, you start getting a ripple to it. Even that little ripple can disturb the water, and you'll cause some blockage. But from where I put my camera, not sat my camera, but where I mounted the camera to the bird rack at, I was approximately 5 feet above the water. I didn't bring a tape measure, forgot to, but that's approximately 5 foot off the water. But it's also out there. This is a really low tide today, or this morning, and I was really hoping to get out there to actually get the sun approach. But I actually got out there, as you've seen on the time. It was 7:05, and it was 7:05 that the sun was appearing over the horizontal plane. But you live and learn. Found out a few things to try to make it better. Also trying to, when I get my boat tied up to the bird rack, is to stabilize the boat too, to where it ain't bouncing off of the poles when other boats went by. That also caused a little bit of an issue with some shaking. But I don't know if I'd ever be able to really totally stop that from happening, because as long as my ropes are tied to it, my boat's going to move up and down or bounce up and down. So that would still cause an issue. But tightening up what I did was I pulled my tripod, the centerpiece comes out of it. So I pulled that out and I stuck it down in the pipe. But like I said, it had a little slop in there, and it didn't fit real tight. So in turn, it kind of gave me a little bit of an issue, but I think I can solve that. I probably could have done it while I was out there. I probably could have stuck some tissue or something along the edge of it, or jammed it down in there alongside of it, and got it stabilized a little bit better. But here's the Bayport bird rack. As you see, I pull right up to it. I'm going to tie the back of the boat on it, but first I'm going to mount this piece of PVC pipe on a board to the rack. So that isn't it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this, but I remember on one of my videos that I put out when I went out here and took a bunch of pictures, got a little bit of a laugh from people saying, ah ha ha, ah ha ha, you can't take pictures out on a boat. Well, I knew that, especially a zoom camera. I mean, you can take pictures out on a boat, but to get a good long zoom, you can't. So we need some stabilization. So, of course, here I go. I'm going to stabilize this, put my camera up there. I actually realized I was putting it on there backward. Plus, there's bird poop all over this stupid rack. So at least the birds flew off and they didn't come back while I was there, thank God. So, that was a good thing. That was a good thing. Well, here, what I do is I slide my boat around. Also, I want you to check out the sun as I pull around here. How as the angle changes the size of the sun on how big it actually becomes. Look at there. It's just the way light enters the aperture of the camera that causes that. But meanwhile, I'm trying to get set up in the back here. Get a good standing spot. Get the other side of the boat tied up. But what I did was I swung the whole ass into my boat right underneath the bird rack, which worked out pretty good. But if the tide was real high, my motor would have stuck up too high and I wouldn't have been able to get underneath it. So on high tides, I doubt I'd be able to do this the same way. I might have to go to the backside and mount it and shoot in between the wood rails there. And next, what I do is I take a few pictures, kind of show you how I have my tripod set. Probably didn't need to make it as long as I did, but oh well. I can shorten it up, but then it won't match my audio, so I'll just leave it the way it is. Here's another one where you see the ass end of my boat's up underneath here, and works out pretty good. And then I got this it's like a 38-inch check stick. It's for measuring fish. So just to give you an idea of how, where my boat was set and how high the water was. It may have been a little over 5 feet, but not by much. I mean, 6 feet. It probably was about 6 feet is what I determined. About 2 of those sticks would have been about right. Maybe a little less, but so. Then I took 2 pictures with my cell phone. One from, no zoom. And then the second one here is going to be of a zoom, 4 times zoom. And then I'm going to let it go into the natural audio. I'm not going to break in. I got more footage to go along with this. This is why this is going to be part 1. And I'll have a couple of parts to it. Maybe 4 or 5. Depends on how much of the videos I want to show. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, this ain't easy to do because I'm out here on the bird rack. Oh, you see that? Huh. Look at that crap. From one side of that pole to the other. I'm not level. Here comes a boat out of the channel. Let's see what happens when I get over this way. I might be looking right down the river here. Okay. There's where I usually film from. Right in there. And it's really hard to see because there is some fog in the air. Maybe we'll get to see that lift. But look at that mirroring going on there. Now there's a tree branch that always sets in my way when I'm over here on this island right here. That's the other part to the left there. where that channel marker is another place that I film from. And that tree is always in the way between me and this bird rack that I'm mounted to right now. We're gonna scour this edge. Okay. And look at how that mirroring is. Wait a minute, there's Bayport. And I see somebody there with a light on or something. Something flashing. I was hoping I'd pick up something flashing. And look at how that mirroring is. Look at how that mirroring is. Actually, let's see. Sorry about my tripod not being perfectly level. But let's go back this way here. Yep, there's Bayport. And you can see how that mirroring works. Let's back off a little bit. Now, I was actually hoping to catch the sunrise, but the sun's already up a little bit. But that was my goal right there. Now, the thing was I was hoping to have somebody on shore shining a flashlight toward me, but in a sense, there's that little light right there. That's flashing off of something. I don't know what it is. It's reflecting off something. I sure can't see it with my naked eye. It could actually be the flagpole that's there that's reflecting light. I don't know. But there goes a boat. And there he goes with something flashing off of him. And here comes a boat down the channel. See if I can get him. That is pretty wild there, how that just opens up right there. And we got us a dolphin real close by here. Here comes that boat. And there's another boat coming in behind him. Little boat, big boat. Now when these boats go by me, they might shake my boat around a little bit because I got it tied to this bird rack. And it's going to move around a little bit on me here. It's going to probably bounce and shake. Let me zoom out here. You can see where I'm at. That gives you a good idea. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see a boat coming out of the channel there, which looks like he is. And then follow him. So you can see that it ain't a mirage. What's underneath him is just a mirror image. He's on water. Water was real smooth next to shore. Nice calm flat, which makes a beautiful mirror. Look at that mist that other boat put up. Putting out a mist. Did he stop? Oh, come on. Yeah, no, he's coming right at me, straight at me. It's pretty cool. Double vision. And when that fog grows off here a little bit, hopefully I can get a little better footage here. And like I said, you can even see his wake mirroring. Now, like I said, it was hard to... I just made me a contraption to mount my camera with a piece of PVC pipe on a board. I clamped the PVC pipe to the board. And then screwed the board onto the vert rack. Oh, what did I do here? What the hell did I do? They said it ain't stable, so I said when these boats come by and start waking me, my boat's bouncing off this bird rack and causing me to bounce around a little bit, bounce off the rack. Coming into a little bit of better visibility. I'll zoom back a little bit. You can see him. Let's look back over here. You can see that fog. As he gets closer, of course, he gets bigger. I made it all the way out here, and I'm happy I did, because the water's fairly calm. I'm not getting beat up. Wind ain't blowing real hard to shake the shit out of my camera. He's gonna go to the left side of me here. I have to zoom back, pull back a little bit here. Also, look how he pushes that water out in front of him. I lost him. Right, well, I'm over this way. Like I said, my tripod is not level, so don't beat me up on that, because any which way I turn this thing, it's not tight in the PVC pipe, and I don't want to really go messing around with it. It's bad enough when I have to keep the boat sturdy when these waves come by, this wake. I'm going to be bouncing up and down here. And I do believe tide's pretty much at a standstill right now. You can hear my boat bouncing. And I'm down to like 20 something seconds left, so what I'm going to do is try to level this camera out.